And welcome back. It's JWalter here, and here's your latest housing market update. In my previous video, I discussed some early signs that we're seeing right now in the US that's showing that home buying demand is decreasing. However, in today's video, I'm going to give you an update regarding home prices, housing inventory, and much more. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This is a new report from Redfin that was actually just published a couple of days ago. So here are the key market takeaways for 400 plus US metro areas in the US, of course. And this is for the 4-week period ending April 24th. Again, this was just published a couple of days ago. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And of course, if you guys get any value out of this video, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. So right now, the median home sold price is up 17% compared to 1 year ago, the biggest increase since August, and also an all-time record high for the median sold price in the US at $395,600. Keep this in mind though, when we're talking about sold prices, this is a lagging indicator. What our housing market was when the home seller accepted an offer from a home buyer, which approximately was on average about 30 days ago. This is when, of course, mortgage rates were much less than they are right now. Mortgage rates right now are around 5.5%. So anyways, a median sold price is up all-time record highs of 17% year over year. So we'll have to see this changes though, given the fact that mortgage rates have increased greatly, and I'll definitely keep you posted regarding that. Also, the median asking price of a newly listed house, this is the asking price that the home seller asked for their house for sale, that has increased 16% year over year to also a new all-time record high. The monthly mortgage payment on the median asking price home, in other words, the average monthly payment for the average house in the United States, also rose to a new all-time record high of $2,349 per month at the current 5.1% mortgage rate. That's a key stat there because right now mortgage rates are around 5.5% and not 5.1%. Depending on which resource you look at, according to the Mortgage News Daily, at the time of this video, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage is approximately 5.54%. If you look at investopedia.com, it's about 5.7%. Both of those rates are for people with excellent credit, of course. In any case, when Redfin updates their numbers here in about a month, I would imagine we'll also see a new all-time record high as well. Meanwhile, pending home sales are down 3% year over year. Again, this is when a home seller accepts an offer from a home buyer. That's a pending home sale, but we're actually down 3% compared to a year ago, and also the largest decrease since mid-February. So we're not seeing a whole lot of home sales right now compared to 1 year ago, at least down 3% compared to a year ago. Also, the other key factor here that is causing a lot of imbalances in our housing market still is that we're not seeing enough new listings hit the market. The number of new listings, that's when a home seller lists their house for sale, that's actually down 4% compared to a year ago. We need this figure to increase greatly in order to cool off this housing market, which I hope really happens because it's been a strong seller's market on average in the United States. It's about time for home buyers to get a better shot at buying a house and not have to overbid on a house and waive all their contingencies, et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, I'll definitely keep you posted regarding that. And it's my hopes that these increases in mortgage rates is going to cause home buying demand to decrease, and then hopefully housing inventory to increase as well, giving more people more options for houses to buy. I'll definitely keep you posted regarding that though. Meanwhile, active listings, which is the total number of houses available for sale, is actually down 19% year over year. And here's the most recent stats we have regarding active listings. This is according to Redfin. Whether you like Redfin or not, I believe they really have a really good website that's really easy to share data with you guys for the housing market in general in the US. So let's have a look at housing inventory compared to the past couple of years. I'm ignoring 2020 because 2020 was obviously a completely abnormal year, especially this time last year, or this time during 2020. So let's ignore 2020 for now. In any case, the total number of active listings, which is the total number of houses for sale in the US, right now for the 4 weeks ending April 24th, is about 517,000 houses for sale. Compare that to last year, this time, we had approximately 640,000. So compared to 1 year ago, we're down 19% in the number of active listings right now for sale compared to 2021. On top of that, when we look at 2021, let's just throw in 2020 here for fun. For 2021, when you look at the total number of active listings this time last year, we're actually down 31.78% compared to 2020. Then in 2020, we're down 15.25%. So in 1 year, we went down 15%. The following year, we went down another 30%. And then again, we've gone down 19%. So the number of active listings has been decreasing greatly since 2019. Right now, again, about 518,000 houses. This time in 2019, we had approximately 1.1 million. So right now we have approximately half as many houses available for sale compared to pre-COVID in 2019. So in other words, because we're not seeing this big increase of housing inventory, we still have this really big imbalance in our housing market where we have a lot more home buyers than home sellers, and we still have a competitive real estate market because of that overall. However, we're still seeing some early signs that home buying demand is decreasing, so let's hope for some normalcy soon here. And because our housing market overall, of course, every housing market's different, but overall across the United States, on average, it remains a competitive housing market, and therefore a record 55% of houses sold above their list price, and that's actually up from 45% a year ago. So 55% of the houses that sold for the 4-week period ending April 24th sold for over their asking price. Therefore, more houses are selling for over their asking price than not. However, something I'm definitely following and reporting to you guys is the percent of home sellers who are dropping their asking prices, which is a leading indicator of our housing market. So on average right now, 3.5% of houses for sale each week had a price drop. Overall though, 14% dropped their asking prices in the past 4 weeks. That's actually up from 11% a month earlier and 9% a year ago. This was the highest share since the end of November. So during this time of year, we tend to have a lot of home buying activity, a lot of home sales, houses selling very quickly as well. It's very odd or unusual to see price drops or more and more price drops as we go into the spring months because we tend to have a lot of home buyers in our housing market. So in my opinion, we're seeing more price drops because of these rising mortgage rates, which has decreased home buying demand and has caused some home sellers to decrease their asking prices in order to sell their houses. Okay, changing gears slightly, let me share some graphics regarding what we're currently seeing in our housing market right now. So the median sold price is up 16.8% compared to a year ago. Look at this trajectory, basically going straight up, 16.8% gain compared to 1 year ago. Far greater than 2021. We had approximately $340,000 was our median sold price, and obviously far higher compared to 2020. Median asking prices has been increasing as well. We'll have to see what happens with these, because if you want to get a really good indication about what's happening right now in our housing market, take a look at active listings. Our house is selling very quickly. Our home sellers dropping their asking prices. It's a really good sign about what our health is regarding our housing market right now. So I'm personally looking at active listings myself to get an indication about where home buying demand is headed, and I'm definitely reporting that to you guys. Anyways, median asking price is up 15.9%. We'll have to see if this changes though, given the fact that mortgage rates have increased greatly though. Meanwhile, pending home sales, again, this is when a home seller accepts an offer from home buyer. Pending home sales is down 2.9% compared to a year ago. And when you look at this, the number of pending home sales compared to 2021, which is this blue line here, and the red line here is 2022, was basically the same compared to 1 year ago. So we are down 2.9% compared to a year ago, but basically more or less in line with 2021, which is a little bit remarkable because when we look at the total number of active listings, again, we have 518,000 houses for sale. 1 year ago, it was about 640,000. So even though we have far less or 19% less active listings or less houses for sale by 19%, we're still seeing the same number of pending home sales in the US, which to me is one of the signs that's showing that home buying demand is elevated, given the fact we have less houses available for sale, yet we have the same number of pending home sales. We'll have to see if that changes again. I'll definitely keep you posted regarding that. And the number of new listings is actually down 3.5% year over year. If we want to see a decrease in home prices or for some normalcy in our housing market, we need this number to increase greatly compared to prior years in order to give home buyers more options for houses available for sale. Meanwhile, 57% of pending home sales went under contract within 2 weeks. So nearly 6 out of every 10 houses that gets listed for sale goes into contract within 2 weeks. In other words, the home seller accepts an offer within 2 weeks. 6 out of every 10 times on average across the United States here. That's actually down compared to the all-time record highs that was set last month. Also, 43% of pending home sales went under contract within 1 week. So basically 4 of every 10 houses go into contract within 1 week. So very, very fast, down from the all-time record high that we saw in their previous housing market update here. Houses on average are selling very quickly as well. The average days in the market is 16 days. So it takes 16 days from when a home seller lists their house for sale to when they accept an offer. That's on average 16 days on average for these 400 plus US metros. Compare that to 2021, it was just over 20. And in 2020, we had approximately 40 days on average was the days in the market. So houses on average selling very quickly as well. I'll definitely keep you posted regarding that. And again, 55% of houses sold above their list price, higher than 2021. In 2021, it was approximately 45%. And then 2020, about 28% approximately. And meanwhile, the share of houses for sale with price drops, in other words, the houses that are for sale right now, in which the seller reduced their asking price, represents 3.5% of all the houses for sale. Again, a very low percentage, but look at the trajectory here. This red line right here is 2022, which has been increasing greatly since March. Still above 2021 and 2022, but still very low levels. But it's very interesting to see the trajectory of this basically going straight up ever since March of this year. Now, here's a really interesting correlation regarding home price drops in which the home seller is dropping their asking price. Again, that has started to increase starting in March. So have a look at what mortgage rates have been doing ever since March. So as of March 3rd, according to Freddie Mac, this is on Uncle Fred's website, according to Freddie Mac, as of March 3rd, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage was 3.76%. But look at the trajectory there. Basically, but from March 3rd of this year to April 7th of this year, mortgage rates have increased over 1%. When you look at March 3rd compared to right now, 5.1%, this is a big increase, over 1% gain in a very short period of time. And this is one reason why we could be seeing more price drops, because if mortgage rates have been increasing greatly, then more and more home buyers are getting priced out of this housing market, and that could decrease home buying demand, and that could therefore cause more home sellers to drop their asking prices. All right, so going back to this report from Redfin, here's another lagging indicator. This is the average sale price to list price ratio for sold houses. Again, what our housing market was like approximately 30 days ago when the home seller accepted an offer from a home buyer. That was an all-time record high of 102.7%. What this basically means is that home sellers on average sold their houses for 2.7% over their asking price on average for the 4 weeks ending April 24th. Redfin also has what's called the Redfin Homebuyer Demand Index, and this is an index based on requests for home tours and other home buying services. An index of 100 is basically back to January and February 2020. So right now we have an index of approximately 157.9. That's basically flat compared to 2021. 2021 is this blue line here. The green line here is 2020. Right now we've been seeing though, the index more or less has been flat over the past couple of months, but it took a big dip in April when mortgage rates increased as well. But more recently though, it has actually increased. So right now we're basically flat compared to 2021. It's gonna be very interesting to see how this fluctuates though, because if Redfin's gained fewer requests for home tours, this could be a sign that home buying demand is decreasing. So comment below with your biggest takeaways from today's video. Also, if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.